Hi everyone, how's your new year going? It's February 4th, 2020, and it is, no kidding, 70 degrees out here. It's actually kind of overcast right now. It was sunny the last day or two, I guess Sunday and Monday. Today's Tuesday. Sunday and Monday it looked pretty good out. Today it's not bad, it's just not sunny. So I thought I would take the chance to come out on my porch and record. We're being joined by my Pyrenees Abby over there. She just, if I'm up here and I'm talking, she wants to be over here. Hi, Abby. So if you hear panting, I promise it's just the dog. Hi, Abby. All right, I want to share just a couple of things. One is farm news. I actually kind of debated talking about it because I'm not sure I want to, but I figured I'd fill you in. If you listen to the audio podcast, you hear me update what's going on around our farm. It's not a good week. Sunday night, my daughter was upstairs and she heard barking, like unfamiliar, weird barking, and the goats in distress and that kind of stuff. So my husband and son headed out there and they didn't see anything at the time, but when my son went back out on Monday morning yesterday, he found a hen dead and 3 goats injured. As of today, the most badly injured goat died. I had to help my son load up the goat on a wheelbarrow to be buried. That's just the reality of farm life, so it really kind of stunk. And not literally, by the way. But on top of all of that, they're feral dogs. They were here Sunday night, obviously, when they attacked them. My son, who was 18, slept in his truck last night out next to the pasture, and they came back. He chased them off, but he can't just sleep outside every night indefinitely. So if they continue to come back, we'll probably have to talk to animal control, something like that, because we just can't have dogs come in and kill all of our farm animals. If Abby's out there, she's getting older, so she can't really chase them off if she's there. Just her big, loud presence deters them to some extent, but she can't take them on by herself. So I'll have to let you know how things work out, but it's just kind of, just one of those days on the farm. The other goats that were injured, a friend who's kept goats for a long time came by this morning, and he said he thinks they'll probably be okay. We're going to treat them with an antibiotic spray just so their wounds don't get any worse. One of the goats her leg is injured a little bit. She can walk, but she's limping. So we'll see. So that's kind of the literal farm news stuff that's not so great. The other stuff is 3 out of the 5 people who live at my house are sick. My voice is not great, but I don't feel bad, so there's that. My husband for sure has a sinus infection. Went to the doctor today. Janie probably has had one, but she went to the doctor today and they said she's on the mend. My oldest daughter has sent me messages from the library. She's feeling kind of crummy today, but she's working by herself today. She does have, I think, tomorrow off, so she can either rest if she thinks that's enough, or she can go to the doctor. So that's kind of all the crummy stuff that's going on around here. Let's move on to some better stuff. What do you say? All right, this is the shawl that I was working on, gosh, through the fall, and I set it aside to do some Christmas stuff. But this is the loose shawl, LJUS. Teresa Headland is the designer, and it is done, ends woven in, and blotched. Can you see these little like stretched out stitches in there? This is a really fun pattern. It gives it a little kind of, not bubble, but a little wide spot in here. And I just think it's fantastic. And it's a really simple pattern to follow. So really enjoyed doing that, and a fun way to use minis plus a main color. And you can see it repeats. So I start back with the orange and then this one, this kind of tealy green. But you can make every stripe a different color and it would work great. These were 20-gram minis, and I don't think I've weighed it yet, but I'm pretty sure I could make at least pretty close to a second shawl like this with what I have left. So I think if you had 10-gram minis, you could probably do, you might could do an entire shawl by the pattern, but if you only had 10-gram minis, you could for sure do each of these stripes in a different color. So this would be a fun Advent project, particularly if you have some Advent stuff left over. I think this would be a great way to use that up. So that one's fun. I wanted you to see it. I'm actually a little warm in it, just having this around my neck. Okay, let's talk about what else I've been doing. I will go with the Habitation Throw, which is not quite done, but I am getting close. So this is how far I've got. I'm not sure how many stitches are on there, but probably less than 100. Closing it up. This is the Habitation Throw. This is the corner. It's done corner to corner if you've not seen it. It is by Helen Stewart, and it's just designed to be a little lap throw. Now I will show you, these were larger minis plus shorter rows. So I have a long run of that. Hi, Abby. Are you curious? Anyway, because I didn't have all the same size minis, I've got a lot of variation in how wide my stripes are. Some of this I kind of made it fit, but then some of them are different sizes. Anyway, it's just really fun. I love all the crazy colors. So that's almost done. It won't take me a whole lot longer. I worked on it when my family was headed for Florida. We went to Disney World last week, and I posted my vacation in sock progress, and I'll show you what I've done. Oh, found this at Cracker Barrel. It's a tape measure. Is that not the cutest thing ever? So this little tail is the tape measure, and I think I can push it, make it go back in. It's not wanting to go back in right now, but anyway, it goes back in. If I can push it back in. All right, little sheep. Wait right there. I am using a sock blank from Gail's Art. This is from last year's Maryland Sheep and Wool. This is her festival colorway. Is that not beautiful? Gail is a genius. All right, this is sock 1. There were a lot of long lines at Disney World last week. So this is sock number 1. It's done cuff down, which is my preferred method. I have not woven in this one. I have woven in the end for the toe. So I got to here, and in the evening I took time to put in the heel and got it down to stitches picked up, and I had done maybe a couple of decreases, so I didn't have a whole lot to do once we got back to the park the next day. And then I hit it on down the foot, and then Kitchener the toe, I don't know, a day or two later. And I have started sock number 2. And I love how this sock blank is knitting up. I think it's gorgeous. So I highly recommend a sock blank for this type of knitting, because a sock blank is not going to tangle. It's not going to roll away from you. No yarn barf, none of that stuff. It behaves very, very nicely, and it mushes up for riding around in a tiny little bag. This was in our goodie bag from Into the Wool last year. It's made by Tiffany of the Project Bag. Isn't that cute? It's a tiny bag, but it is really spacious. So I did this shawl in it, and it was fine. It was a little crowded as I got through, but remarkably large, considering I had 200 grams worth of yarn in it. All right. So let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Okay, those are my 2 works in progress. The Habitation Throw, did I say, is by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. All right. The other thing that I did on vacation, or have tried to do, is a book that I'm reading. You know what? I'm going to do all the yarn stuff first, then I'll tell you. All right. I was really sad that I missed out on a quilt box. What's it called? I can't remember. It was like the one I did for Christmas. They did a Valentine one, and I didn't order fast enough, and it sold out. So I was feeling very sorry for myself, so I ordered the Yarnable box from Hypnotic Yarn. And I have saved it to open with you. So you see, I think it says Happy Mail. Came Monday? Yesterday, I think? Maybe Saturday. All right, I haven't looked. Ready? I'll open it up and you can look first. What do you think? How'd I do? Cool stuff. All right, the colorway is Sweet Confections. Let's see. Extras, rosemary peppermint soap. Ooh. I love scented soap, and the more it smells like food, the better I like it. Peppermint's good. And a peppermint stitch marker. The colorway is Sweet Confections. There's the little postcard. Look how cute that is. Little peppermint progress keeper. And says scratch to reveal a discount. Ooh. So I can show you that. It's valid this month through Leap Day. I can show you because the discount's covered up. It says, let's taco about how awesome you are. So that's actually what's for dinner tonight. Taco Tuesday around here. Oh, look, there's the soap. Pretty little bag. That smells really good to me. If you're sensitive to smells, be aware. You might want to let them know. I don't know if they can leave that out, probably. But I really like it. And peppermint candy. I do love peppermint. All right, big reveal. You ready? Oh, it's a nice little bag. Okay. What do you think? How sweet. All right, look at that. Bright pink and aqua blue Yarnable plush sock, 85-15 superwash merino nylon, 237 yards and 100 grams, and it's called Sweet Confections. Ooh, look at that red in there. That is luscious. So gorgeous. Nicely done, Hypnotic Yarn. Yarnable by Hypnotic Yarn. I signed up, I think, for 3 months. I don't even remember. It was one of those days. So the book that I've been reading, which is not pretty and cheerful like this is pictures of this yarn colorway. All right, so that's really good. I'm glad I did that. I don't remember the price, $30 or $40, somewhere around in there. So nicely done. I know sometimes those things go awry. That did not. That was very well done. Okay. For less cheerful things, I think I've mentioned before in the audio podcast, this is what I've been reading. Midnight in Chernobyl. And it is the untold story of the world's greatest nuclear disaster. I have spent so much time looking up how nuclear reactors work. I had sort of a vague idea, but I've learned some stuff about it, and I found a good video today that explains specifically what went wrong at Chernobyl. And having read some of this, done a little bit of other stuff, the other research, the video was pretty helpful. It was only like 10 minutes. So if you're interested, let me know. I might be able to link it. I'm still kind of learning how to add other links and information on YouTube. But it was really helpful, and I think it's just kind of one of those things I don't know, but I feel like I should. So I hesitate to say I've enjoyed researching it, but it has certainly been interesting. All right, well, I think I'm done. I think that's it for today. I'm gonna try to get an audio podcast done as well, maybe tomorrow, but hopefully this week. And I will be talking about some of this and probably about some future projects and maybe even some ideas for my Hypnotic Yarnable box. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. If you want to get in touch with me, look for me as Bede Sisters. On most social media, I'm Blueberry Chick on Ravelry. And if you want to email me, go to bedesisters@gmail.com. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out on the porch.